Well, I've made it out. I'll be a bit windy. It's Easter Monday and I'm just going to head up into a local woods, probably about a 45-minute walk. I can't do an overnight, obviously work tomorrow first thing. So I'm just going to have a bit of a hang, set the basha up and have a cuppa. But just to get out and about. No idea if I'm picking up me or not, because I've only got a Samsung and there's only one screen on it. I don't know how you people frame your shots so well. Anyway, I'll catch you in a bit. Beautiful day for a walk out. Here's the basic setup. I don't know if you're going to catch the wind on the cameras, it's quite windy. Just bought the little basha. I've got a 3x3, but I just bought this one. It's just an afternoon, just sit out for an hour, that's all it is, and have a brew. I've got the DD camping hammock there. And the usual trick of where you've got basically the slings come out at the end of the hammock. I chop them down to a reasonable length. That was actually 24 inches. I've seen other people use the fisherman's knot and everything, but I'm a fan of the figure of 8. I know they're difficult to undo, and that's the whole reason for having it on there for me. So I've connected that with the figure of 8 carabiner. Could get a lighter one, but these are the ones I've got. And then I've just tied it is actually 8 inches. Every 8 inches I've put a knot in, and then just round your tree. There's another strap there, red strap. Oh yeah, not really very good for being well, it just stands out like a sore thumb, doesn't it? But that was a trick. I can't remember who I saw it off, but you just get a basic sling, anything, and even you could have like a a prusik loop, but it just depends on the size of the tree and anything. Then you clip your rucksack, bergen, whatever you want to call it. Or I'm going to call it a rucksack because I'm from a civilian background. I wouldn't know a bergen if it smacked me around the head. But I'll leave the technical talk to the pros and the retired servicemen. So they know all the proper names and that. Me, I'm just somebody who likes to get out in the woods. So that's it. You just clip that onto there, and when you want to take it down again, you just take it off. And just out it comes through the loop, and away you go. And yes, I've brought a little stool to sit on. I like to sit if I'm cooking food or eating food. I don't like to sit on the ground. I like to sit up a little bit. So for the weight of it, yeah, it's not ultra lightweight, but it's not that much. And all I'm going to do really now, I've got a couple of snack bars. I'm going to have some snack bars. I'm going to do myself a brew. I've brought my Trangia. There is a little something I'll show you a bit later that I've done with the Trangia. I don't think I've seen it on any of the YouTube clips and that, but it could well be out there, so it might be nothing new, but I'll just I'll sort that out. Nice little military bag here. If any of the military guys know what this originally was, it was gifted to me. It's an orange, so it's got some sort of writing. I don't know if the camera's focusing on that. But it's like a really thick nylon, and that's like a nice multi-bits and pieces bag for me, really. So any stuff that's in there, there's a glove for picking up hot things. Here's another tip. This is just off me. Cable ties. I mean, everybody pretty much in the outdoory world is going to be having some sort of cordage, some paracord or bank line or whatever you want to call it. But sometimes you might need a little tough fix on something. And for how much they weigh and how much they cost, chuck 3 or 4 in your rucksack or your backpack, whatever, and have them with you for a quick fix. And they're really, really, really strong. So that was just a thought I had. Anyway, I'm going to get my brew on, then I'll show you this Trangia thing that I was on about. It's just the way of setting up a stove. See you in a bit. So I've got the Trangia lit. It's not bloomed yet, but here's that little trick thing I wanted to show you. Well, this is really, let's do this without burning myself, is you've got your Asbit stoves. I use a little base plate for the Trangia. It's just a lid off a coffee jar, a stainless steel coffee tub actually. You get the sets of 3 tea, sugar, coffee, that sort of thing. Use that as a bit of a ground plate to try and protect the ground, protect the earth from the heat. But what I found out, well, stumbled on it by accident actually. I was doing a bit of back garden type things with a mate of mine, and we had a couple of Asbit stoves out doing various different things. So what I found is, you pop the Asbit stove upside down over the top of your trangia. It gives you a nice stand. What I did have to do, if you can just see, I've angled up those two bottom outer base plates. I've just put a little bit of a kink in them to lift it just that touch more higher off the flame. About 1.5 inches, I believe, is where it's meant to be from the top of the trangia to the base of whatever you're using to cook or boil water or whatever, but anywhere around that mark is good. So it's just a different use, another use for the trangia. Well, not as much a trangia, but the airspeed stove, the little flat pack airspeed stove. Just a different way of using it. Maybe you've got one of those and there's a spare or a backup, but you've got no airspeed tablets with you, and you realise you've got your trangia, but you haven't got your normal trangia pot stand with you. There you go, put the two together and you've got a stand. Acts as a reasonable windbreak as well on two sides. And then if you want any more, I just carry a little piece of foil around with me, just to stop the worst of anything else. Let's get the kettle on there. It's got quite a nice size base to it really for pots. You can have something quite narrow, like sort of a mug size, or the bigger pots obviously will sit quite nicely on it. Got quite a nice, obviously reasonably square footprint where the airspeed stove is actually standing on the ground. That's quite a reasonable support there. So put me coffee in my cup, wait for the water to boil. There's my little whistly kettle. Cheers guys, see you in a bit. Back again guys, and girls of course. There's another thing I wanted to show you. This has been shown before. I think Mind Wiseman, Pete did something about these maybe a couple of years ago, was it? Or it was quite a while ago. I just thought they're really handy. These ones are Faithful brand Tarp clips. I got these off a famous auction site on the internet, and they were about, I think it was something like £5.65 for 4 delivered. So at that price, can't complain really, can we? The other tarp I've got is a Quetcher tarp, which I bought primarily because just as an awning over the front of the tents, you know, when I go ordinary camping, and it's not got very many tie out points. So I've bought these really so that I can multi-use that and get more anchor points. But they're a really good design. All you've got, it's two pieces that stay together. They don't come apart in your hand. You know, I suppose you could break them apart if you wanted, but they'll stay together. And you've got a bit of a gap through there. And if an eyelet or something goes on your tarp, or you need a separate fix out point, just pop it on there. Do it the right way up. Just pop it on. You pull back. I'm doing this one-handed obviously because I'm holding the camera in my hand. And it's on, you can see there's a little ratchet system. And then whenever you tie out, I've just got a bungee cord here just to show you. I've only done that with my left hand, so it's not horrendously tight, you know, I haven't had to really force it on. But this top piece here is the top piece here, and if you'll, I don't know if it'll pick it up, if you'll notice, where I'm pulling there with the hook on the bungee cord, it's actually not touching the inner curve of the bottom piece. It's actually coming up, and it's only biting on the inner curve there, the inner radius of the top section, and the top section is the bit that slides in to grip. So the more you pull, the more it tightens it. That's the theory. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull back with the tarp, and that's a fair old amount of stretch there. There's no more give in the bungee. That's got it completely. It's a one-handed test, just merely because I'm holding my camera. Well, it's my phone, so I'm just going to see now. And to release, you push down on the little ratchet. Is it going to be able to do it? Or, oh, there we go. So that's on, fixed, and off with one hand. So that's an extra bonus about that one. I know a lot of these tarp clip type things you need two hands because you've got to hold it and tighten the screw down and stuff. So that functions perfectly, even if you've only got one available hand to put it on. So there you go, great. Readily available. There's other videos of this out there, I'm sure there is, but I just fancied showing it because I'd got some for me Quetcher, which is short on tie out points, but nice and light, does the job, won't rust, won't fall apart, nice and cheap, brilliant. What more do you want? That's it, had my brew now. I'm just going to have a lollop here for half an hour or something. Wind's picking up again. But, I wasn't able to get where I thought I was going to end up. There's a lovely deciduous and coniferous sort of bit of woodland on the side of the chase that I was going to go up to, but I have been up there before, but I think I must have walked up through somebody's side of the garden up along the hedge line, because it's all fenced and gated off now. I've had a look on the OS map, and yeah, it's marked as a path, but it's not a public right of way. So fair dues, if they don't want people traipsing up and down there, I'll have to find another route into that little copse, because it's a really nice place, a bit secluded, got some nice old oaks and things in there. So that's it. Nice and relaxing, having a bit of a swing. Might have a spin round and have a look. It's nice. It is a bit of managed forestry. This is it's not private land, so there's no problem in me spending an afternoon out here the same as anybody else would, having a picnic or whatever they're doing. No problem with me setting up the hammock and the tarp. But obviously we shouldn't, in inverted commas, shouldn't be sleeping out overnight in these places. But then again, as a friend of mine once said, it's only illegal when you're caught. So I'm just going to sit here and rock with the hammock and have a nice relaxing half an hour. Then I think I might have a little bit of a walk around. There's a few bits of fallen dead wood and stuff on the ground. I might see if I can find a bit of fat wood. I've never really found any before. Well, to be honest, I've never really gone looking for it. But just scanning around now, I can't really see. I can see lots of the short broken off branches where quite possibly at the base of it there could be some where it joins on the main trunk. But I don't know. I've never found any before. Never looked for any. I think I might give it a go though. See what we can come up with. I did notice a fallen silver birch when I was on the way in, so on the way back I think I'm going to have a little bit of a peel of that one and get some nice fire starting tinder. Can't beat a bit of silver birch bark really, as everybody knows. Oh, nice, lovely. Wind keeps coming in little spurts here and there, but beautiful and relaxing. Never, that wasn't an owl, was it? It's only 3 o'clock, unless somebody's it. There it is. I don't know if you picked that up. I heard it anyway. Oh, that's it. I'm going to have a swing for half an hour, maybe shut my eyes. Might have to set my alarm because it's so relaxing. I don't know, I don't want to be late. See you folks. That's me done then. Pack up. Done. Rucksack. Everything in it. Anything on the floor? No. Leave no trace. We all keep saying that and we all believe it. I want this place to look just as nice the next time I come out. I don't want it to look trashed. So therefore, I don't trash it for anybody else. Anyway, sling my pack on, head home, try and do a bit of video editing. I've had a lovely peaceful afternoon, and for me, that's what it's all about. Getting away from all the stuff that goes on in your life that just gets in the way. And we all have that in different degrees. But this, how nice is this? Birds have been singing, still twittering now. Had a bit of an owl hooting. Sheep in a field over there. Lovely sun coming through the trees. Great. I should be back here again soon, I think. Just for an afternooner, of course. Lovely. Anyway, catch you later, folks.